Hello guys, it's Ign Hl04 back with another Splinterlands video. Today we have a really sad topic to cover, cause Splinterlands got hacked. And before I keep on talking, let's talk about something really fine. We are really close to our Twitch subscriber goal. We are only missing 9 more followers to get to the first Twitch official giveaway. It will also then be on Friday. And the other thing I want to point out that I will be a guest on Friday on Splinterlands TV. So come by, say hello. And I will have to discuss with Jim Morgan how the rest is gonna look like, but probably I will be a guest on the stream, so also come by, say hello there. And if you want to have some exclusive topics to cover with me, if you want to have more contact with me, come by, join the Discord, and I'd love to see you there. And now let's talk about the topic that really bothers me a lot, that Splinterlands got hacked. And it's something that shouldn't happen, especially if you have a full team of developers working with you, and the hackers got away with some pretty significant money / SPS and DC. And in a game or in an economy where this is pretty crucial to the player base, the whole backlash that comes with it. So I have put a little thought into it, and I will talk about what can happen in the future and what happens if the community loses the trust. First up, we saw this message here in Math Chat, I think was it. We wanted to inform the community that there was an security incident yesterday relating to some old, no longer used Splinterlands hot wallets that led to approximately 6 million SPS and 8 million DC being stolen and dumped on the markets. So, I will continue reading through that, but just to give you a quick incident on how much money that is, currently 6 million SPS equals $153,000 euros, even more dollars. If we can change it here, I think we can. No, USD. Let's quickly change it up to make it even more focusing on you, because I think more of you guys know euros than dollars than euros. So we have about $167,922, so nearly $168,000. And if we take a look at the line chart, we will come to DC a few seconds. We clearly can witness where it happened. It was at 3 cents, so it has even been more. So it's even $180,000 in SPS has been stolen. And since then, the coin just got up a little, but it didn't recover very well. It went down approximately 0.03 cents, which is not good. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's the same as we have a $30 coin to a $26 coin. It's still 3 euros per SPS, or hence here in just a smaller scale, but it's a whole damn lot, and they got about 167 to 180,000 SPS euros, depending on how much value it really sold at. And to the 8 million DC, we have approximately 6,500 euros, or if we decide to do it to SPS, to US dollars, so it's about $7,100. So we could assume both of those were higher. They were nearly at 1 cent. So 8 million DC would then equal to, I think it's 1/10 of a cent. So we have 2, 3, it's 8,000 approximately. So nearly 188, maybe even 190, depending on the price they got. So a lot of money has been stolen from Splinterlands. And this can't happen. And this shouldn't happen. And if you take a look at the rest of the statements, these wallets were used for the old bridges between the Splinterlands game and BSC/Ethereum chains before TerraBlock took over. We purposely only keep a relatively small amount of tokens and hot wallets at any one time of this reason. And we unfortunately did not realize that the tokens hadn't been removed from these wallets after they stopped being used. So they forgot about 190 grand just like laying around, and they didn't think one penny about it. Like, that's a lot of money. Especially in those markets where we need to have this liquidity. This is something that destroys the market, that can destroy a smaller market like we have. That's really something that shouldn't happen. And yeah, we're still looking into how the wallets were compromised. However, there is no indication that anything else has been compromised or it is at risk at the time. They have to say it like that. They can't say, yeah, we don't know anything. Probably this looks like they are not sure if anything has been compromised or is at risk. So clearly they have no clue from this statement, because that's what I would say to my investors to keep them calm. And of course they apologize, and we apologize to the community for the oversight, and will be conducting a further review of all hot wallet security over the coming weeks to try to prevent something like this from happening in the future. Yeah, that's something they have to do. Of course they need to do that. But 190 grand has been stolen. That's so much money. Man, they dumped the markets, and since then they couldn't recover. We can just take a look about the 14-day period. Since we have been doing really well since the first promo card got out, we had our ups and downs, but now we have been on a new uptrend. Like, we're at 3 cents and then boom. Like, this is a complete loss. And you see about 700,000 volume in dollars has been traded that day. And then we are still back at our 100, now 87. So that's so much. A lot of people just sold their SPS. Maybe they had some stops in there. Like, this crash looks ridiculous. It's the lowest one we have had SPS since a long time. Since 1 month the SPS hasn't been that low, and it was nearly on the closest high on Monday, March. But let's take a look at an even bigger scale in 90 days. In 90 days it doesn't actually look that bad. So we have here a small dip as we had, but it has been way lower at 2 cents. We even have at 3.4 cents. We have been up, so probably this downsplay will hopefully get us an upscale in the future, because we think a lot of that is true. There we have a big buying pressure, and in the 180-day mark it doesn't even show, because it's too low of an staple. Like, here we see the little chart. On the April we got a little backlash down, but it is not as significant as 5 cents to 4 cents, like a full cent. So in conclusion, it will probably take the market, maybe it could take 2 weeks to 1 month to fully recover, because it's still a big dump here. So it can take them long. As we see, the price went down on 27 March, and on the 30th March we had another upside, or 31st. So there it took us about 4 days. I think it will take us a little longer. We still got a little bit of upscale, but now we got a downscale again. So in total I think it will probably take us 1 month, 2 weeks to 1 month to fully get the value back. And depending on the card market, if we take a look at those, and we take a look, for example, at the gold foils, those are looking at heights they've never been before in a long time. Like $70 Shannas, Hawklaw, 70, 72 Fiend, those are looking pretty good, and they are only going up. And also if we take a look at the epics, so the gold foil market hasn't been affected at it in any significant way. It hasn't gotten any change, just still on the uprising. And also the rares are still looking good. And if we take a look at the normal Chaos Legion cards, and for example take a look at the legendaries, those are still at $2 to approximately 23. The Lily and the Immortalis got down a little bit, but not as significantly. And it's really interesting to see that the Wraith is the least valued summoner out there. Hence, I think he's still pretty good. He's not as good as Immortalis, but he is pretty strong. But hey, I'm not a market guru. It's also interesting to see that Bakjiro went up that way. I bought mine for $3. Also Chaos Dragon and El Brightwing are finally getting their recognition, as well as Jin Muriat. Those cards have always been good. Some cards I think are currently undervalued are Lyra of the Dark, Void Dragon, Grum, and Isa. Those cards are literally undervalued. For my instance, if you take a look at the epics, those are looking also fine. They are looking well, they are looking good. Nothing happened to them. We have a Wave Breed at $2.30. And if you take a look at the Rift Watchers, maybe you want to try getting into Champ right now, because 62, 69 and $100 for a max level summoner is pretty cheap. Fernheart is a good price, and Ilfane is back at $335, so that's also good. And depending on the legendaries, Atwad went up a little bit, but the rest of the summoners is still looking good. Like the Longtail got down a little bit to $23. Hopefully we'll get down a little lower, that I can finally grab myself a few of those too. And Runewind Sakai is also still on a good price. Hence, looking at the cards, nothing happened. Only if we take a look at our SPS reserves, those went down. I was close to $970, and now I'm only at $904. Yeah, that happened. But we're still on the plus side. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, feel free to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think about this, and I wish you an amazing rest of the day. Bye.